Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Education. Today, we have some very special guests who are our peer leaders with sources of strength, and they're here to talk about what has been bringing positivity to themselves and their community through the What Helps Us campaign. My name is Jordan Goto, and I'm the Health and Wellness Coordinator with Boulder Valley Schools. I would like to go ahead and get us started by letting the students introduce themselves. Go for it, Amaya.
Hi, my name is Amaya, and I go to Manhattan Middle School. I'm in 7th grade, and something that's bringing me joy in the last week is my sister, my little sister. She's 2 years old, and she's pretty funny.
Awesome.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Annie. I'm a senior at Centaurus High School, and something that has brought me joy this week is my family, because we've been spending a lot more quality time together.
Excellent. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Galileo Hannigan. I go to Manhattan Middle School, and I'm in 8th grade. And something that has brought me joy is getting to spend a lot more time with my family these days.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm Maliah. I'm a junior from Broomfield High School, and the thing that's bringing me joy this past week has been late night calls with my friends.
Hopefully not too late, so you're able to get all your schoolwork done, right?
Yeah, too late.
So I'd like to go ahead and ask you all, what are some new things that you've had to adjust to with all of these stay-at-home orders and adjusting to home learning?
Something I've had to adjust to is my working space, because I live in a pretty small house, in an apartment actually, and it's kind of hard to find somewhere quiet, especially, as I mentioned, I have a 2-year-old sister, and she's very loud, and it's pretty hard to focus and work sometimes.
That can be tricky with younger siblings, for sure.
Something for me has been the home learning, the video chats with teachers, and the amount of work and planning how to be able to plan for which homeworks to do.
Kind of prioritizing your homework.
Yeah. Yeah, like I have to make a calendar to make sure that I get all my work done and set reminders on my phone as well.
Excellent. Do you feel like at least some of your teachers have been able to make some of the videos pretty entertaining, or has it been strictly about the lesson?
Yeah, my teachers have been pretty entertaining. They just like to talk for the first 5 minutes and then the last 5 minutes, so we don't get bored throughout the lesson.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing, Annie.
There's so much to adjust to during these times. One of the things that's really been a big adjustment for me is not getting out of the house. I went for a drive the other day to do a science project, and it was so weird to get back in the car and get out of the house. It was crazy.
What was the feeling of weirdness? What made it weird?
I don't know. I haven't been out of the area in my neighborhood in a while, and I'm usually out of this neighborhood more than I'm in it. And so just getting out and seeing the world, it all looked so normal. When you're thinking about these things, it feels like there's so much going on, but there looked like still life was going on, and it was just very disconcerting for me.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing.
The things that I've definitely had to adjust to is definitely online learning and going from a super busy, hectic schedule to absolutely nothing. And so how I've kind of adjusted to that is definitely asking my teachers a lot of questions throughout the whole time of online learning to make sure I understand what they're asking me, and then planning my day daily and just making sure I have a plan to stay motivated and make sure I stay on top of my work.
That's awesome. So how do you ask your teachers questions?
I usually send them emails, or on Google Hangouts, they'll set up a group chat, and so I'll ask them questions on both of those.
Awesome. And they've been able to respond pretty quickly?
Yeah, they've been responding the same day, so that's great.
Awesome. Thank you, Maliah.
Yeah.
So I'd like to go ahead and turn over to the group again. How are you adjusting to all these changes? You kind of mentioned making some schedules so that way you can make sure that you're getting your work done. Has there been any other adjustment? I know at some point we talked about a workspace, trying to find workspace amongst siblings. Is there anything else that you feel like you've had to adjust to during all these abrupt changes?
Something else, I have to agree that definitely the schoolwork is pretty tough for me because I have also struggled with time management. So it's kind of hard to get all of my work done and still have time to do things that I enjoy.
Something else for me has been communicating with my friends through like FaceTime or Google Meets. It's been different not being able to go to lunch together or to the mall and hanging out.
So are you doing lunchtime through Google Meets?
Yeah, we have set times to meet each other and eat lunch at the same time.
That's awesome. That's very cool. Thank you, Annie.
Yeah, so when I'm at school and during the regular school day, I actually get to get up and exercise and walk around quite a bit from like class to class and in between going to see people and everything. And while doing online learning, you don't have to get up and walk around for that. And so it's been hard for me to find time to get up and go exercise. And so I've been trying to get up and get outside and get some fresh air.
Awesome. I think we all need that. We all need the little buzzer to remind us to get up every once in a while.
Absolutely, yeah.
Maliah?
I came from doing a sport, and then my sport got cut early, so adjusting to not doing anything for physical exercise was definitely hard to adjust to, and just trying to find times to make exercise work inside a house. So.
And how have you done that?
I do my workouts that I learned from my sport inside my house, and then just run outside laps in my backyard.
Awesome. Excellent. Great way to get exercise and get some of those energy moving so you're not sitting all day.
Yeah.
Awesome. I also like to pose to the group. Has it felt weird or has there been an adjustment to realize you're not going from school to home? You're just in the same place all the time? Maybe a head nod, maybe how that's been adjusting for everybody.
Definitely.
Definitely. It almost feels like you're not done with school because you're just at home. Okay, good. I'm not the only one that's feeling that way with work. Okay, awesome. So the next question I have for you is, what are you doing to spread hope, help, and strength? Amaya, how about you?
Well, so I think something that's really important, like during this time, is I know a lot of people have struggled, like adults, I guess, too, with like losing their jobs and stuff. And since I live in an apartment complex, there we have like community laundry rooms. So I just wrote like a little poster that said like stay positive and like things you can do to stay positive and like help others stay positive. And I hung that up in the laundry room, and I hope people see it and spread it to other people. And I also have been trying to get outside a little, and so the sidewalk in front of my apartment, I just wrote in chalk, "Be happy," and different colors, so it's kind of joyful. And yeah, I hope people see it and spread it on.
That's awesome. Amaya, what are some of those things that you wrote on your poster in the laundry room?
So I know that grocery stores get very kind of scary, I guess, because a lot of people are kind of pushing and trying to kind of get their stuff and get out quickly. So I said, be patient and kind of calm with others and try to just kind of respect their space as well, not hurry around as much. And yeah, I also said to stay at home and try and like protect others. And yeah, and I also that was kind of it. I also just wrote, stay positive and pass it on.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. That sounds really great. And a lot of people, I bet, will see that. So that'll bring a lot of joy to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amaya.
Something that I've done is put hearts and positive messages on the windows and doors. So my family cut out a lot of hearts and we put it on the upstairs windows, downstairs windows, and messages are pretty much have hope, stay home, and take care. We've also been taking a lot of pictures with positive messages and sending them to friends and family and putting them on social media.
Awesome. I see this picture here with this little puppy here. Can you tell me more a little bit about this picture?
Yeah, so that's my dog, and I'm a big dog person, and a lot of my friends are too. So we did a poster that says "Stay at home" and another one that says "Take care," and we put it next to him to make it cute and sweet for them.
Awesome. I'm a dog person too, so that looks amazing. Thanks, Annie.
Some things I'm trying to do to help spread hope, health, and strength. I've actually gotten to Zoom with a lot of my extended family. On both sides of my family, we've been setting up like weekly Zooms to stay connected, especially for my grandparents and my grandmother who's home alone and don't get to see as many people as they usually do. Try to stay connected with them and stay connected with friends and family. And then my dad's also a professor at college, and so his students were doing some testing for air quality emissions. And so they can't do that anymore because they have to stay apart, and some don't feel comfortable doing it on their own. So I've been trying to help my dad with that at home here.
Yeah, I see this picture here with this like fireplace or something that's going on. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on in this picture?
Yeah, so that was yesterday. We went outside, and that's a rocket stove that they use in rural Ghana in Africa. And so we were testing emissions from making 2 liters of water boil. And so that was one of the experiments that his students submitted to him. And so they make the experiments and like have all the perimeters and stuff, and then we do it, and then they analyze the data.
That's very awesome, Leo. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
I thought you were just trying to stay warm.
That too, it was cold.
Thank you for sharing. That's awesome.
So something I've been doing is our Sources of Strength group at Broomfield is making a video for our school. And so I'm working on that right now, and we're getting ready to send that out. And it's just talking about like, you're not alone. We're all going through this together, and kind of giving them some positive messages. And that's what I'm working on right now.
Excellent. Is it going to be your Sources of Strength group that's part of that video?
Yeah, so all of us have one topic of the wheel, and we talk about it a little bit. And so that's what our video is going to be, and we're going to be sending that out to the whole school soon. So that's exciting.
Awesome. That's great to hear, Maliah.
Yeah.
All right. I have one more question for everybody. So what do you think? It sounds like you all have been doing a lot in your community and for yourselves. What do you think are other things that people can do to help bring hope, help, and strength to help themselves and others?
I don't know. Kind of as I said, with like what I did, what I tried to do is really be patient, because I think that that's a really big thing that's kind of stressing people out as well, because I feel like they're already really stressed about like the whole situation, and then if other people are like kind of not patient and being really kind of hectic and stressed around them as well, I think that kind of makes the situation worse. And try and just like kind of stay in touch with like your friends and family and stuff, and try to make other people happy as well, but also kind of try to make yourself happy, so you don't kind of drown in sorrow, and so you can still have some positivity.
Awesome. And have you been doing that with yourself by keeping in touch with friends and family?
Yes. I like Zoom with my family. My family actually lives like halfway across the world, so it's a little harder because of time change, but we do try to keep in touch with them.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that, Amaya.
I think that checking in with friends and family as well. Definitely posting positive messages on social media and yeah, talking with each other.
Keep staying connected with everybody.
Yes.
Okay, Annie, I have to ask you one question because you're the senior on here. How does it feel being a senior for 2020 and just looking at what might happen for graduation? What are your thoughts on that, and what do you think should happen?
Pretty sad that there might not be a graduation, but I actually went to a video chat to talk about that earlier today, and people want different things. I definitely want to postpone the graduation because it's a big deal for seniors, and celebrations later when everything is better.
Excellent. So still a ceremony, even if it's later.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, these are super stressful times, and I know from personal experience it can sometimes feel overwhelming and like you can't do anything about it. But like something super easy that you can do is the 8 o'clock howl. And just go outside and thank your healthcare workers. People in my neighborhood have actually been putting bears in their windows, so when kids go out on a walk, they can go for a bear hunt. And so it's kind of a way of getting together with your community. And then interacting with people, like the others have been saying, getting to talk with people over Zoom or otherwise. And then also, if you want like to see people in person, maybe drive somewhere or stay at home and have someone drive there and then talk across the street, staying apart from each other. I actually did that a few days ago, and it was actually really nice to get to see people in person.
That's awesome. But it wasn't like you yelling across the street your whole conversation?
No, it didn't feel like that, luckily, although I can definitely see how it would.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Leo.
Something some people could do is probably call their friends, because I know some of my friends get super lonely, especially my extroverted friends. They need a lot of love. So I call them as much as I can to show that they're not alone and I'm still here and still want to be friends with them. And some of my friends and I do we call them care packages. And so we give each other letters and we make sure we let them outside for 24 hours before we bring it in. And then we Lysol it down. And so we kind of pen pal each other and we send little letters. So that's something cool we do.
That's really awesome, Maliah. Okay, so everybody mentioned staying connected with friends and family a lot. So I have to ask, has it been through video chat? It sounds like it's also been through letters, but what about like just picking up the phone to have a phone call? Has that also happened, or is that not so much?
I guess for me, it was my friend's birthday, so I called her on her birthday, but not really.
So it's more FaceTime, I'm guessing, or Zoom or Meets or whatever, so that way you can see the faces. Gotcha. I think that's been a huge transition from some of us who grew up being on the phone all the time. And then now students don't feel as comfortable being on the phone unless they can see each other's faces. So I think that's been an adjustment just from different types of people with this whole shift. Well, I wanted to thank everybody for participating in our Let's Talk Education episode today. Thank you so much for sharing what's been going on for you and in your communities. We really appreciate the positivity that you're bringing to you and your family and the community around you. You all are doing amazing work. Keep it up. There is going to be an end in sight. So we just got to, like Amaya said, be patient and just try to be as positive as we can. So thank you so much for everybody for participating.